I don't know why the camera's not working. The camera's supposed to be working. Why is the camera not working? Hold on. Should we forget this screen? And the camera's work. See, I was doing this thing where I was going to hold that up there as I completely ruined that, didn't I? I'm going to assume you can all hear me. Yeah, the Coke Zero. This is the funeral of Coke. In fact, it's not Coke Zero. It's Pepsi Max, because I'm angry at Coca-Cola for binning Coke Zero and renaming it Coke Zero Sugar. I used to like it being not quite specific what the Zero was all about. Is this my? It's a YouTube save to hear. It's my Sugar Daddy one. That we do a little bit on YouTube and a little bit on Twitch. So, yeah, it kind of is. Pepsi Max that's controversial. Pepsi Max better than Coke. I don't know, it tastes sweeter, but it's not got any sugar in either, has it? I don't think. So I guess it's just got more artificial sweeteners in. So if anything, this is just going to rot my brain faster. I would always... That would be £50. I wish I could get any soft drink company to pay me for the amount of times I talk about these sugar-free beverages. They are all delightful. By the way, we've got little Kev sat on the desk with me as well tonight. He's going to be the new stream mascot. So we'll just sit little Kev up on there. No, he doesn't quite fit. No, I'm not ill. I don't get ill. I get ill a lot, but I'm not ill at the moment because I've been hiding out in the garage for 2 days solid while everyone else has been getting ill and then better. I don't know if I need these headphones on. We've not got any music. What I'll do is I'll unplug the headphones because my voice sounds weird with the headphones on. And if anything amazing happens noise-wise, I'll hear it through the computer anyway. Yeah, little Kev did lose his title. Don't worry, I found it. There it is. He's not won that one, though, has he? But there you go. Little Kev's little title. We'll stick that on his shoulder. Excellent. Put him on your mic. What? We need to strap little Kev to the back. Hold on. Like that. Is that where we want little Kev? He's standing very precariously, but we'll put him there and see how long he stays in place for. Hold on. Let's just get his title over him as well, because little Kev without a title isn't right. No, he can't have a title. Never mind, no title for little Kev. Right, should we get on with some Football Manager? Hello everybody, good evening one and all. What a fine evening it is too. That was a weird start. Kev, my girlfriend doesn't believe you're talking to us. Say hi please. Hi Smiv. Hi Smiv's girlfriend. Little Kev says hi too. There you go. You need to Tipex out the right hand paths. Do they do Tipex in black? I might have to. I've got a black pen just here. Do I graffiti over my own figure and make it KC? What I need is a proper Sharpie. These are all whiteboard pens. This is only going to be temporary graffiti. I'll find a Sharpie and we'll turn it into KC on his shirt. Or we'll perhaps order him a tiny version of the Kevin Chapman Show shirt, which is available on Teespring at lollujo.fm/store. There you go. So we've talked about Pepsi Max. I've showed you my wrestling figure. And I've told you about the T-shirts. I don't think there's anything else we need to do. That's the end of the stream, folks. But okay, shall we get on? I hope I get the announcer job too. It was you posted on there. Excellent. Phil Adlam moderates the forum, does he? Well, I didn't know that. I sat next to him for the whole match. He's the one whose arm came into the video at one point. Right. 2 jobs that we have to do straight away. Firstly, people are asking to see the assistant manager. Do we have one yet? Because I don't appoint staff. Johnny Goodwin. I mean, we had 2 fairly decent assistant managers, and then this one got me so angry when he was appointed that I've actually gone and turned off all the leagues below Conference North, because what's this about? I don't even think Jarrow's a thing, but he was their assistant manager, then their caretaker manager. Then he went to Ashton United, where he was released over 2 years ago, and now for some reason he turns up at Deeping Rangers. This is why you don't let your director of football appoint your assistant manager, but we're stuck with him now. Hopefully he'll disappear just as quickly as the last 2 assistant managers that we've had disappeared. Please plug your mug. I haven't got my mug to plug other than the fact it's on that link that Carl's just posted. I hope we do have a proper stream tonight, because the other night, I don't know what happened. It just all went a little bit wrong. I assume everything's coming through okay tonight, is it? I'm looking at myself on the stream window on the other screen. I look like I'm in black and white almost. Does my colour look weird? Do I need to adjust my lighting? Let's close that anyway, because I don't want that running at the same time as this, because that just slows down my already weak garage internet. And then the other thing I needed to do was the opposition instructions thing, wasn't it? Yeah. Tommy, thank you. Yeah, opposition instructions. That's in here somewhere, isn't it? Is it down here? Or is it on the next one? Where does opposition... it's on here. Oh, God, look at all this. I'm not doing it. Whoa, what did I just do? Whoa. Oh, that'll never be in the right order again. I can't move them around manually. Oh, I don't know if I can live in a world where that list is in the wrong order. If I move off the screen and go back again, will it go back where it's supposed to be? Oh, for goodness sake. We might have to abandon this save and start again. I know we're in 2025, but if that list's in the wrong order, I don't know. Are you not comfortable with that? I'm certainly not comfortable with it. Right, I don't want to manage my own friendly matches. I've got places to be. I don't mind tunnel interviews. Can't do team talks. I'm too busy doing the match day announcing. I want my press conferences. He can do opposition instructions, and I'll do press. Yeah, that all looks good. I've come on stream and Kev is having a meltdown. Yeah, he is, because that list's in the wrong order. I can't live with that. The stream doesn't seem to be freaking out tonight. I think we're okay. I'm freaking out, but the stream seems all right. Right, let's have a look. Who have we got next? Huddersfield. When's that? A couple of days away. Have we rested the players? We have. Excellent. We can hit the space bar. Click on member of... Oh, hold on. Do I need to go back there? Can I fix that screen? It might have fixed itself. No. 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 No, 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 no. This is... I'm really gonna change my review on Steam now. This is awful. I'm glad it's not just me who this bothers. Did I go to watch? I didn't go to watch the Deeping Rangers match. I did drive past the turnstile and have a little look, which is the closest I've ever been to a Deeping Rangers match. But no, I didn't actually go in because it was £6 and I had my daughter with me. I didn't really want to pay £12 to watch a load of people who I could see in the pub later on that day and posh reserves. So they got like 550 people or something there though, apparently. So it was a really good attendance for Deeping. Obviously not like the ones we're getting now in 2025, but that handsome chairman who looks a lot like this hasn't taken over yet. So they need to make do with what they've got. Maybe your assistant can also do your stream and talk for you so you can focus on the game. I tell you what, it's better. It would be better if it was the other way around. If I could have the assistant manager doing everything when I just chat with you lot, I think that would be the best solution for everybody. I'm just going to... So many bids coming in for our youngsters. We're just going to keep rejecting them all. I'm not even looking at what the bids are. I am not in the business of selling these youngsters. We want to keep hold of them. Time to remember to change your squad to main squad in the league. What? What does that mean? Don't know what that means. Okay, I think when do we get a leg does tactic? Does that mean Kev does tactics? Is that an autocorrect on the phone thing? I assume that's what it is. Did I stream today or yesterday? I'm streaming now. I previously attempted to stream on Monday, was it? And Sunday previously as well. Right, we're selling Sandy Crawford because... he's not any good. He's never going to be a Kev player. We can get £400,000 for him. So bye-bye, Sandy Crawford. Let's start recouping some of this extraordinary amount of money we've spent over the summer. Hello, all evening. Oh, lots of people turning up. Hello, evening, all evening. Right. Why is this telling me to go defensive? Who are we playing? Huddersfield. What league are they in? The Premier League. That's why we're going defensive. Okay. Do we trust... Oh, no, it's Andy Impey. It's not this new idiot of an assistant manager. What's Andy Impey's? Okay. We'll go with it, Andy. If it's wrong, you know you're getting fired. So just bear that in mind. Don't know why it's telling me to scout a winger when we don't play with wingers. When you messed up and put a weakened squad... Oh, of course I did. Yes. I just left the previous team selected. I didn't change it. I just assumed I'd already... Yeah, I remember now. The knee is really sore today. I've been out to try and buy knee support, but it's not made any difference. It just hurts my leg. It's really swollen and horrible and doesn't really support my weight properly. I think I need to go to the doctors again. It feels a lot like when I had my torn ACL 2 years ago. It's not quite as bad as that, so I don't think I've torn it because I am still walking around, although it really hurts. But I suggest there's a strain or something in there. I don't really know what goes on in the knee, but all I know is it really hurts. Where did little Kev go? Did we just take him off the microphone? Did we abandon that? Geordie Shaw and Salvador are almost as good up front as Lammers and the Nut. Nothing's as good as Lammers and the Nut. I forgot all about Lammers. These things, yeah, okay. Yeah, we're going to go and beat Huddersfield. We're going to get a good indication of how good we are against Huddersfield, and that pleases me. I like getting an indication of how good we are. What happened there? Oh, there's too many questions. No, I'm not going to exploit any of these Premier League players. Obviously, they're going to exploit the face off of me. When am I going to... I don't know about finding out about the announcing job. From when I had the initial interview on the radio, they never actually got in contact with me offering me the match. I left it about 2 weeks and then said, did I not get that then? And they said, oh yeah, do you want to come down to the match next week? Bearing in mind one of the matches had already happened at that point. So he said within a few days. I imagine if they're actually going to give it to me, it will be within a few days. It might just be that the morning of the Plymouth game next week, I get an email saying, oh yeah, Kev, by the way, you didn't get it. Never mind, eh? Kanga FM, I'm sorry. I don't know what that was. It was an antivirus or something popping up just telling me to give them money or something. Carl, we did the Nut song before you arrived, I think. Your Ipswich and Man City team from FM16, any of them players you would have liked for Tottenham? Lazaroff, absolutely. It was the big weakness of the Tottenham team that we never really had a proper right back. And Dye was fine. He was certainly no Lazaroff, though. He'd be in there in a heartbeat. Other than that, who was that defender we signed from Everton? I want to say Ron Osborne. Is that a real real? Was that someone in that save? I remember him being really, really good. I think he'd have been good next to Uribe in the Tottenham team. But other than that, I think the Tottenham team is definitely the best team I've ever had in Football Manager. Have you changed the mentality and team shape to what you originally had it at the beginning of the season? I've just changed it to defensive because we're playing Huddersfield next. Other than that, I'm just following their advice at the moment. Well, it won't let me follow their advice, actually. I'm not going to go to the effort of doing that myself. £2 million offers coming in for our 16-year-olds now. Right, who's Ken Craig? He's another 16-year-old. Stop trying to buy our teenagers. Larsio and Aaron, as good as they were, to get them in the team, we have to drop either Iribarren or Wells. And which one of them do you drop to get Aaron or Larsio in the team? Larsio is obviously going to be the mascot just for his haircut. What's this screen? Deeping would be... What's all this? Oh, we've got players away on internationals. And it's against Cambridge. Yeah, well, why not? Let's postpone the match. Are we really getting this many players going on internationals? I don't think I've ever seen that screen before. That was really confusing. Yeah, let's give them some international instructions. Don't play them, please. You'd get the nut or the egg. Well, the egg, obviously. Or eggs he was, not the egg, wasn't he? Who's the egg? It's eggs, I think. Would it be worth accepting the $2 million for Lawrence because he's a winger and Kev don't do wingers? It probably would have been, wouldn't it? That's. Can he play? Can he play there? Yeah, to be honest, at age 16, I think we'll just try and get him playing there. For a 5-star potential 16-year-old, we'll keep him around for another couple of years. We can always sell him for $2 million a little bit down the line. What about the Faroe Islands? Does one of them play for something? When are we playing this? It feels like ages since we started pressing the spacebar. Here we go. Right, so we're at home against a Premier League team. This is a big test of how good we actually are. Now, when we played in the earlier round of this competition, that's when we played our rotated team and then accidentally played them in the league as well, maybe? But then I don't get how that thing happened with the rotated team. Very, very odd. But let's see what this new assistant manager's made of. Let's tell him we'll have slight rotation because it's still only the cup, and then just make sure we've got players who are any good in there. So I'm slowly learning how this team works, and I think Vickers is better than Bettinelli, isn't he? I think he's got to be our better keeper. Why is he not in the team? He needs to come into the team, so he can come in the team there. Other than that, Salvador and Geordie Shaw is good. The midfield's looking good. I think that's our team, isn't it? Let's submit that. One of my international players is from the Faroe Islands, is he? That's awesome. So Huddersfield are the favourites. Is there anyone famous in their team? No. Bunch of nobodies. Who'd have thought? If national team managers ignore your requirements on international break, I can. Yeah, I don't. That feature, I've never really seen the point of that because they don't do anything about it, do they? And withdrawing players for international squads, didn't that used to upset the players? But now it doesn't seem to make any difference at all. I do that sometimes. Just seems a bit odd. What is your instructions for lower league teams? We go more attacking, so maybe control or even attacking sometimes. And we tried fluid because we're that much better than everyone else. But I'm still deciding at the moment what our best instructions are going to be. What do you mean I've not changed the squad at all? This is the right squad, isn't it? Am I confused? I don't know what's happening. We're 1-0 down. That makes me a little bit sad. Don't really want to be 1-0 down. But then we are against a Premier League team, so, you know, it's not all bad. I have 2 toys with me today. So we've got little Kev. We've also got Harley Quinn, a little metallic version of Harley Quinn, who's really hard. And then I have still got these Reaper chilies sat on my desk, which is what made Twitch break the other night. I got those out and the whole of Twitch went down. So I hope I haven't just broken Twitch again. Oh, did Geordie Shaw just grab a goal? He did. It's his 8th goal of the season already. Huzzah! You'll never get used to seeing Geordie Shaw on the pitch. He's a legend. That is just a nice finish. Well played, Geordie Shaw. What's embarrassing? What did I do that was embarrassing? To be fair, I do a lot of stuff that's embarrassing. Geordie Shaw's got an injury. Oh no, it's a proper. I was about to take him off, and now it's turned into a proper injury, a head injury. Who's the better of these 2 strikers to bring on for him? I still don't really know this squad very well. So Canedo is the one who's on loan from Tottenham, and Blackmore is the one we actually own. So I guess Blackmore is the one that we want to give game time to. We'll swap them around like that and do that. I don't think we've played Blackmore yet. Yeah, 1-0 down. We don't need to worry about being 1-0 down. It's 1-1 again now. Ronnie Lopez playing for Hull. Played with. Oh, I'd love to sign Thierry Ambrose. We might have a look to see what Thierry Ambrose is up to in a minute. Matt Deakin with a good challenge there. If you're in the chat, Matt, well done. As I've seen. Yeah, we did fluid the other day, didn't we? And we had lots of shots, but didn't really do a lot. So, I don't know. We'll experiment with that a little bit. We're obviously not going to experiment too much with the tactic. What I am considering doing is trying to perfect a diamond when we're probably going to win most games anyway. Let's try and get a diamond that works, because I really like a diamond. We used a diamond with Ipswich last year, and it worked really well. And I have flirted with it a little bit in non-league to legend this year, and every time I try it, it doesn't work. And if I had my absolute preferred formation from real life, I'm very much a diamond man, which is why we do the 4-3-1-2, because it's the closest thing to the diamond that I can get the teams to win with. Let's have another 6-6. Tell you what, it's 2-1 now. We could have a 6-6. That was that young lad Blackmore as well. So he looks quite good. I can't read that. The screen's too small. Kanga FM, thank you very much for your kind donation. That is much appreciated. I need to make that screen a little bit bigger so I can read it. There we go. Thank you very much. Everyone give Kangaroo FM some love down in the chat. And we've just gone 3-1 up to celebrate as well. Excellent work. How did you get your diamond to work? That's what I need to know. The way I did it last year is we had an anchor man and then really attacking fullbacks. That's what made Lazarov as good as he was. The fact we were almost playing a back three and really pushing the two fullbacks on. But when I've tried to do that this year, it just leads us to getting absolutely battered and exposed down the wings. There's lots of stuff that's appeared in the chat. You've got 10 from Academy in your 25-man squad. That's more than I've ever had, probably. Geordie Shaw might have to wear a mask. That would be awesome. Why did you drop your eating mess on the floor? I'm confused. There you go. There's the chat, love. Excellent. Anchorman and inverted wingbacks. Yeah, that's what I want, but it didn't work. I don't think I actually did inverted wingbacks. I think I did proper wingbacks. Is that where I'm going wrong? Because I always remember from years ago the old Championship Manager super tactic that was basically a 2-3-2-1-2. So you just had the back two, then a three in front of them with an anchor man and two wing backs. Then your midfield two, the man in the hole, the two up front. Loved that tactic. Everything I've ever done since then has been built to try and get as close to that tactic as I can. Even the 4-3-1-2 is just a slight variant on that awesome tactic. Yes, Geordie Shaw gets to spend time with his girlfriend. Curses. Anchorman, fullbacks on support. Box midfield, attacker midfield. That's a lot of support there, isn't it? What instructions do you give that team? Because you can't be any more than standard with all that support on there. Because it always gives you those pre-match things, doesn't it? Where it says if you're playing with an attacking instruction, you need more players on attack. Is that a thing? Or is that just the game trying to mess me up? Because I never really thought about that until the game started telling me to think about it. Can I point out as well, we're 4-2 up against a Premier League team. We're chatting about tactics. 4-2 up against a Premier League team. Is it possible that opposing teams have sussed your tactic out? No. Who said Vimesy? Is Vimesy here? I'm confused. Or is Lee just being odd? That's an awful joke. I always use too creative in a central defending mid-ball. Okay. I believe that it's telling you things to mess... I suspected it might be telling me things to mess me up. Because I did a whole season... Was it this year or last year? So whatever save I had Lee Novak in, I think it might have been last year. We did a whole season where I just followed the assistant manager's instructions and didn't do anything else, just followed all those pre-match instructions, and it was a terrible season. We didn't score any goals, we were just rubbish. So I don't trust it too much. Play on attack or control, short pass. Interesting, because that sounds like a very Kev style of playing, but the assistant managers in game would have a right hissy fit about that tactic. We've got some good dad jokes going on down in the chat tonight. What's that all about? Our defence aren't playing very well, are they? Should we bring old man Lenihan on to try and shore things up a little bit? Just because he's a bit of a club hero. How can other managers suss out a tactic that Kev hasn't sussed out himself? Exactly. That's my theory. I can never be tactically undone if I don't know what's going on. It makes me impossible to read. It's why I'm such a good poker player as well. I have no idea what's happening, so no tells. There might be a 6-6 incoming. I mean, when did 4-4 happen? I remember going 4-3. Did I just miss a goal completely? 4-2-2-2-2. That's a lot of twos. What can we do to try not to concede any more goals? Oh, like that's a thought that's ever gone through my head. Oh, should we bring on another striker? Hugo, you're not playing very well. Let's stick another... Yeah, we actually will bring on another striker. Let's try and win this game. We could do... I tell you what, a 6-6 on stream would be a bit special, wouldn't it? We're going to extra time, it seems. Well, can I point out as well, we're still playing on defensive and we scored 4 goals. That's a bit odd. Yeah, I once used too many players in a year 6 game at school. We won the Inter-House Cup when I was at primary school because I was the captain and told the little kids that they could all come on at half time with no intention of actually bringing them on at half time, and they just all came on at half time anyway. The ref didn't notice because it's just one of the teachers, obviously, and we ended up having like 3 or 4 more players than the opposition and no one noticed, and we absolutely thrashed them. That's one of my proudest football management achievements. Always try and get some extra players on the pitch. Just don't assume that anyone's counting how many players you've got. There's my tip for any aspiring football coaches. We need to stop defending now because we're losing. Although right, 5-5. I hope you lot are tweeting this out, that there's the potential for a 6-6 on stream, a third 6-6 of FM17. We need to get a crowd in here for this, because we're up to 5-5, 3 minutes into extra time. This is absolutely on for a 6-6, everybody. This is unbelievable. We're playing defensively and this is happening. Right, just compose myself before this second half. Right, here we go. Tommy, I did act like I didn't know what was going on. I didn't realise they'd come on. I was just as oblivious as the ref. It's like Lee says, there's no tells. A normal kid cheating in that situation looks all sheepish and you know they're up to something. I had no idea what was going on, and because of that, no one noticed. It's always best to be oblivious to the situation, because that way you can always pretend. Well, you're not even pretending. You can always get away with it by saying, I just didn't know. Blackmore's in. Right, it's 6-5 and there's 9 minutes. Huddersfield are almost guaranteed to score, surely. I kind of want them to. I want another 6-6. How do we take clips from the stream? This has got to be a highlight. If we've got a 6-6 incoming, this is just utterly ridiculous. I don't know what I'm happier with that attack. I should attack, shouldn't I? Let's encourage them to come out and get the 6. A 7-7 would be amazing, wouldn't it? But no, the Kev trademark is the 6-6. That's what we're all looking for here. We're leaving some space behind us now. They don't know what's hit them because we've come out on attack. It's going to be 7-5 to us now. That we're going to ruin our opportunity for a 6-6. I don't feel like I should deliberately try and manufacture a 6-6. We're gonna. Okay, well that's ruined the chance for the 6-6. But we have just gone 7-5 up against Premier League opposition. I like the fact that this is happening on stream, because sometimes people doubt the legitimacy of the nonsense that goes on in my saves. Eight 5. Wow. We're 8-5 up, everybody. And JBK, you never will see a League One team beat a Premier League team 7-5 because we beat them 8-5. Yeah, Blackmore came on and did all right, didn't he? 3 goals and 2 assists, man of the match. Might have to start him next. I mean, what happened there? He's only 22. He's supposedly already maxed out his 3-star potential. He's never really set the world alight. He has just ripped a new orifice in a Premier League team, though. So I'm just going to leave that on screen for a minute. Call the end of the stream now. I think, in true in-betweener style, I think I just completed Football Manager. I think we can stop now. 3 goals, 2 assists from the bench for a kid who's never started a game for us as well. I know we spent nearly £2 million on him, so he was supposed to be good. But, I mean, that's the performance of a lifetime coming on as a substitute. And look at him, he's not all that. I know I don't look at all these little numbers, but even I know that doesn't look like an absolute superstar. That's just ridiculous. Yeah, should we assume the Huddersfield manager's been sacked after that? Thomas Frank, were you the manager at the start of the day? How long have you been there for? You've been there since January. You might be done, son, because we need to screenshot this. Hold on, print screen. We'll have a bit of that. We need to get that out on Twitter so people know what they're missing on stream. Twitter. Can I paste straight into Twitter? Old man doesn't know how to use screenshot alert. Paste. Of course. Oh, you can! Who knew? I mean, it's taken the whole chat and everything as well, but this will do. This is the sort of thing that happens on my streams. Twitch.tv/LollujoFM. Boom. There we go. Back to work now. And I really have just tweeted that with all the stuff. There you go. You can see my ultra-wide screen and the fact that it all is sort of squeezed on. You signed a franchise FC, did I? Who knows? Start over again, play the whole match. Yeah, should we? We might have to play Blackmore a little bit more often. Retire now. Not retiring. Going on attacking whilst winning late on to a team 2 leagues above. It is tactical genius because it worked. Although we did only go control. I would like a job in the England setup. That would be amazing. Right, let's have a look what Thierry's up to. As you're all saying, he's at Slovan Bratislava. He's 28 years old. I mean, that's not a career befitting a hero like Thierry Ambrose. We'll give him a little scout report, not because we're questioning whether we want him, because we want to know how much to pay for him. We've already had a scout report. Did he come up on the scout reports and I didn't even notice? Well, that's a lie, isn't it? Unlikely to improve in the future. The man's a Premier League legend. Geordie Shaw's going to be up for... Oh, I don't know if we've got a decent striker on the bench that we can bring in for Geordie Shaw. Oh, what are we going to do? Do I have a special formula for these kind of matches? I wish I did. I don't. I think just generally don't think about your tactics too much. Make it up as you go along. Kevin Chapman hasn't played yet. No. Kev, check Twitter. Why? What's happening on Twitter? Why have I got 21 notifications? Oh, okay. We've got clips and all sorts. Wow. Okay. You lot are all heroes. I've got some retweeting to do later on, I guess. Thank you to everyone who's just shared that all over the internet. That's very cool. Yeah, we were disrespected. I don't know who Thomas Frank is. Yeah, sacked in the morning. I mean, we'll take it one game at a time. I think we could win that. I think we might have a Premier League squad playing in League One. A poor Premier League squad, but Premier League squad all the same. Wayne, that was all right. Do that again more often. You'll probably get a game in. We might start you. A few more games like that, you'll earn yourself a start. Right, let's rest them all. I think they deserve a rest. Yeah, smack talk. Too right, smack talk. You got to put these Premier League managers in their place. Who does he think he is, coming down here and scoring 5 goals against us? Learn him, isn't it? Have they fired him yet? I guess that game was all right. That game, I mean, the problem is now, that was the stream's just peaked half an hour in. It's just all going to be downhill from here. When the next game's a 0-0, you're all going to go and make your Horlicks and go off to bed, aren't you? So we've spoiled it a little bit. How do you enter your option? You just type it in. I don't know if it works. Did it actually work? Reject that offer. Where is the press conference thing? The sacked in the morning bit didn't even come through, I don't think. I think it's just to make me feel better. Right, who we got in the next round then? Let's just draw them all. We don't need suspense at this stage. Norwich, who are in the Championship. I mean, we'll take them. Easy peasy. That's September the 23rd. Are we going to get that done tonight? Ambitious. You never know. Gemma84, thank you very much. That is incredibly awesome and massively appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Seriously, everyone, shower love all over Gemma84 in the chat right now. We'll have a love shower down there. Come on. Did I just say that on the internet? Little Kev, take over for a minute. I need to go and clean myself. Right, we'll put him back up here. Little Kev. There we go. Oh, I do feel dirty. Thank you for... Yeah, there you go. Get all the hearts in there. Don't ever say love shower again, Kev. Nikki, how did you do that? That actually looks like love shower. Is that an actual thing? Right. Andy Impey. You may be onto something here. We'll follow your instructions again. We're only going to follow the mentality and the team shape. We're not going to get involved in any of this nonsense. Or whatever all this is. But we'll follow you on those two. I'll let you have them. It's a Twitch emote, is it? Well, I need to learn about Twitch. I really do. I only ever turn it on when I'm on here. It's too confusing for an old man like me. Clan's in! Everyone say hello to Clan. See, he's made a liar out of me there because I've watched his stream many times. What colour is a love shower? I think that's a question for you rather than me. Got a timer going to see how long Mini Kev stays there. Yeah, he'll fall down. I'm worried he's going to fall down onto the spacebar or something and just advance the game on for me. I've lost his title belt as well. I think what we'll do is we'll give Harley Quinn the WWE title because this is fat man racism. The belt doesn't even do up around Kevin Owens' waist. Look at that. Hideous. This is why I don't own a replica WWE title, because I'm afraid that I'll be in that situation, even though it says on the description that it goes up to my waist size. What are these? Why are we getting questions? Ugh. Yeah, 5 0-0s in a row. Wouldn't be surprised at all. I'm not playing Euro Truck Simulator. No. I played that game once and just got really annoyed with it because it wasn't geographically accurate. I don't know if it's moved on in the 3 or 4 years since I played it. Castlemore's at it again. What? These jokes are getting better. They had to, really. Right, we've got a league game now, presumably. Oh, my knee hurts being sat down all this time. Oh. I like the fact that some people are questioning Castlemore's presumably a joke. Goodness me, I hope it was a joke. Deadline day panic buy. Thierry Ambrose. Should we just do what's the easiest way for us to do a randomly selected deadline day purchase? We've got... Let's add a little bit of fun to proceedings. We've got £5 million to spend in League One. We can pretty much sign anybody who'd be willing to sign for us. Do we just go to the player search screen, you lot can set me some criteria and we just pick a random player and incorporate them into the team somehow? Let me know. We can play this game while you ponder that. That might be something that could be quite good fun. Pick 5 players, do a straw poll. Yeah, how do we pick the 5 players? I think our squad is complete. We don't really need 5 players. Where's the scouting? That's where we need to be, isn't it? Right, I am quite unfamiliar with this screen. So, what do we do? So we've got realistic transfers on. That's what we want, isn't it? We do always need a left back. Should we just pick some attributes? You lot have a ponder. We'll do this after this match against Bristol Rovers. We'll play the match first. Headbutt keyboard on search bar. We don't need to headbutt it. We can have little Kev do a suicide dive down onto the keyboard, which will buy all the Chapmans. I've bought all the Kevin Chapmans. We could try and buy some non-Kevs. Right. Well, they did such a good job picking the team for us before. What an idiot. What? Just why has he got Blackmore in midfield? Was he not at the match the other night? Right, he goes up front. Obviously, we need a different midfielder in. Who have we got to go in midfield? Who's Andrew Abrams? Let's play him. He can go in there and we can get Matt Deakin out into box to box. There you go. That looks a little bit more like it. Everyone's shattered after the other night. That might be why he's playing Blackmore in midfield. But have we got a little rest after this one? No, we're playing again on Tuesday. But it is only in the Mickey Mouse Cup that no one cares about. And we've got enough money to take the fine. So we'll just play the youth team then. We'll get this team submitted for now. Aggression 20 and determination 20. That, I like it. We should try and buy a psychopath. There's no point buying a winger. He'll never play. Select position on the quick search drop menu. Select buy a oh, and don't forget to charge your mobile. That's crazy talk. When the assistants... yeah, but he's just put our superstar striker who just tore a Premier League team apart in midfield. Surely you don't need decent judging player ability to know that he starts the next game up front. Surely. Is there a Kevin that we can have a look to see if there's a Kevin Owens in game? Lee Cattermole is going to be about 600 in game, isn't he? How old is he in real life? Remember, we're 8 years in the future here. So I don't think Lee Cattermole is still going to be knocking about. But yeah, let's sign a psychopath. Who's Kevin Owens? I've never heard of him. This is little Kev. He's nothing to do with any wrestlers you might have heard of. Absolute villain. Very kind of you to say. Thank you very much. Glad you're enjoying stuff. Where's my beverage? Buy another striker. We've got about 8. We don't need another striker. I want a nutcase. I think decision made. We're going to try and find... Yeah, we want a Vinnie Jones. We want an absolute midfield crazy man. Tommy. No. Need decisions of one to get... Yeah, right. That's our job for during this game. Let's design a psychopath. So we've got aggression and determination at 20. We're going to have decisions of 1. What else do we need for our create a psycho? Yeah, we'll give him a nickname. Of course we will. But we need to put together our dream criteria for an absolute nutcase who we can then play every game and see what happens. Because in theory, this squad should be good enough to get by on 10 men plus a nutter, who, let's face it, is going to be suspended half the time anyway. So he only has to play half the games. Salvador makes it 1-0. Awesome sauce. Vinnie Jones has a Welsh dragon tattooed on his chest. Okay. Tackling of 2, determined. Okay. I don't think murder is on there as an option. I'll check. That might be one of the hidden attributes. So we'll double check on that one. Low tackling, likes to dive into tackles. Exactly. Yeah, we've got to go strength, determination, aggression. Yeah, I'm liking this. We're going to pick an absolute nut in a minute. And I'd quite like him to be quite good as well. I want him to be crazy, but I want him to be quite good, so that it hurts us when he gets himself sent off. And then, of course, we'll give him tactical instructions to do hard tackling and closing down and all that stuff. We've got to give him the best opportunity to get sent off as often as possible and just see what happens. I'm intrigued. See if we can... is balance an option? Finishing 20, as in good at murdering. Blackmore's not as good in League One, is he? Have we got another one of these? We've had some of these in the YouTube save, where we get these players who are good when they're playing above their level, but when they play against people who are scared of them, they're not any good. Who was it we had in the... I think we had someone for Ipswich. Yeah, I basically want Dennis Wise. That's what I want. Exactly, Dennis Wise. Or Vinnie Jones. Roy Keane. That kind of player. Right, let's bring on Leo da Silva Lopez. And we're going to take Blackmore off. I'm really disappointed that he's not any good in League One. Bring Canedo on. Swap those two over. Who was the Ipswich? Yeah, I can't remember who the Ipswich player was. Who was he? Someone will know. Someone needs to remember. Mini Clevis. Yeah, he's been up there a little while, hasn't he? As long as I don't knock the mic, we should be all right. With this fancy mic arm thing, it doesn't matter if I bang the desk because it's not shaking the microphone. So unless I lean forward and bang into the shaky thing, he should stay up there. However, I was watching SmackDown before I came on stream. I got as far as the women's tag match. I know what happened. I've watched the other bits on YouTube because I'm a monster who watches it on YouTube first thing in the morning after it's aired and then watches the whole show later on in the week. So, yeah, SmackDown was a thing that happened this week. Why did you move the camera? Went insanely blurry, did it? What if I do that? The camera goes blurry. It's not going blurry now, is it? Bring back Ghost Kev. Ghost Kev hasn't been around. I think it's because I've got better lighting in here now. I hope the stream's not going to die today. It was about this point it started to die the other day, wasn't it? What did I think about the main event? I think I'm in with a shot of holding the US title before the month is out. It's just silly. I assume that was the main event. I haven't actually watched it in order yet. It's because I lean forward. So if I do that, it goes blurry, does it? I didn't know there was 30-minute highlights on YouTube. I tend to just watch all the clips on the WWE YouTube channel and then watch the full show that I've recorded on Sky Plus. It shouldn't shake when I bang the desk either because the webcam's not on the desk either. It's on a tripod behind the desk. I don't understand. There's a rumour that AJ Kev was a botch. Yeah, probably. I mean, it looked a little bit odd, didn't it? But at the same time, I don't know. Yeah, is Nakamura versus Cena a dream match? Has Nakamura had a good match on the main roster yet? Like a proper good match? I don't watch NXT religiously. I'm yet to be sold on Nakamura. That probably makes me an absolute monster. I've not heard back from Posh yet. Oh, I've hit continue. Psycho. I can't believe I've done that. Yes, I'm glad you reminded me. Let's find us a Psycho. Right. So filters. Is that how we do it? How do we put filters on? Pick attributes. There we go. So, we want some aggression. What else did we say? Determination. So we want those to be 20, don't we? What else do we want on here? Strength, we said, was one that we wanted at 20. Do we want work rate up there? Bravery. Where's bravery? Bravery's there. Aggression. Strength, bravery. Splendid. There's nothing over it. We want to set tackling to 0, don't we? So we'll go back and do that in a minute. Because I guess So we've got aggression, bravery, determination, work rate, and strength all at 20. Tackling we have to do separately, don't we? So we can set it to 1. Technique we want low as well. Right, so let's put those on. And then can we do that again to... Can't we do it... Oh, okay, so we just have to pick them and then change it on there. I really need to learn how to use this screen. So, technique and tackling. Off the ball. Where's off the ball? Off the ball. Why do we want finishing of 20? We're not going to find him. We're not going to find finishing of 20 on this player, are we? In fact, it's already saying no players found. Does that mean this mythical man doesn't exist? Should we take off the ball off? I think we can take finishing off as well. We want to make tackling at most 1. Technique at most 1. Well, there isn't anyone. Do we do this now to... What? Oh, that's not what I was trying to do. Oh, I need to learn how to use this screen. How do you lot use this? This is nonsense. The scout report stuff is much easier. You can't create a player, can you? I haven't got the editor or anything. Do I need to buy the editor to be able to create a player? Just sign the biggest psycho in the list. Should we take these down to 15 then? Let's take them down to 15. Right, here we go. So we've got a goalkeeper. A nutcase goalkeeper. This sounds amazing. I don't want a nutcase goalkeeper. Sid Nelson, talk to me. What are you? You play for Carlisle. You've not even been sent off yet this season. You don't impress me. Although, to be fair, he's not actually that bad. Let's give him a little scout. Right, I agree. Let's take all of this off and just look for the highest aggression that we can find. We just want someone really aggressive. So, let's go. Aggression, 20. Right, how many have we got here? There's 40 players with 20 aggression. We should have done this a little bit earlier on so we could scout them all. Ignacio Martin. Looks like he might not be rubbish. Look at that. Let's scout him. Scout him. Can we take... Okay, can you search for red cards? There's not going to be that many red cards this early in the season, is there? I feel like this guy needs to be a midfield player. So let's make him a central midfielder. Because I think we can afford to carry an extra man in midfield for when he gets sent off. So these are all the ones who are natural. Have we got time to scout them? We probably haven't. I think we might just try and buy Ignacio Martin. Weirdly, he's a flair player with good first touch and vision and technique with really high aggression. Is this the new Eric Cantona that we've got here? You saying he won't sign for me? We'll see about that, shall we? Shall we make an offer? Okay, they're just keen to get rid of him. Okay, we'll finalise. Attribute masking is on. So yeah, that's probably going to be part of it, isn't it? Yeah, I always have attribute masking on. Well, this guy's going to sign for us. They're really keen to get rid of him, aren't they? Yeah, let's just have him. Ignacio Martin, in he comes. We'll just stick these lot to 45 minutes. Give him an offer he can't refuse. Well, it seems I've offered him a contract and he doesn't seem keen to refuse that. So, aggression without being brave. Yeah, he is a bully. There's some big offers coming in for this lad now. We're still going to keep rejecting him. Create, no, reject. Yeah, right, now we need a nickname. So, what nickname are we going to give our new midfielder, assuming he signs? Anton's on the nutcase. I don't know if I can be that cruel. He might be really nice. Oh, these players, these are the nutcases. They are all pretty poor, aren't they? I think we've signed the one who's only any good, the only one who's any good. Let's see if there is a Kevin Owens. There's not going to be a Kevin Owens. There's a Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is a 17-year-old who plays for Morecambe. Let's sign him. Okay, he's on loan from Birmingham. He's going to be difficult to sign, but difficult isn't the same as impossible. So let's sign Kevin Owens as well. Transfer window's not closed, does it? Right, there you go. Well done for winning Player of the Month, sir. He's not one of our players. That's not good. But yay, we get a Manager of the Month. Ricky Martin, the least aggressive name ever. I think he might have to just be Ricky Martin. I like that. Right, we've got to try and squeeze these 2 players in before the transfer window closes. We'll try for Kevin Steen as well. I don't know if we'll get that far. And then we should probably have a look at the other Chapmans in game. Tommy Chopman. The game's not breaking, is it? It seems to be spending an awful long time on this screen. Right, hold on. Kevin Steen doesn't exist. Right. Yeah, you're not treating us as a stepping stone. You're going to get in here and like it. Well, why do I have to guess at what contract you want, you buffoon? I just want to sign him. We'll go to the top end of what my estimated wage demands are, because we just want to get him in. We don't even know if he's any good. In fact, we can see he's not any good. There you go. We'll sign him as well. Go away. We don't want to be part of deadline day. The offers for Lawrence are now above £3 million. But if you actually look at them, it's only £700,000 up front, and then all this nonsense for if a 16-year-old ever plays any games. We're never going to see any of that money. Ken Craig, no. Nicholson, I don't remember this one. They're coming in low. He is a proper winger, but no, we'll keep him. That's Kevin Owens. Yeah, exactly. Let him develop. Can you show the schedule? I can show you the schedule. There you go. That's what the schedule looks like. You want to see it? There's not going to be a Paul Levesque in here, is there? No. Right. Are we going to get these last couple of players in to finish off our squad? More offers for Ken Craig. More offers from Mustafa Aydin. People need to leave us alone. Stop trying to take our players. Right, there you go. We are going to get Kevin Owens in. What do you think about that, little Kev? Yeah, he's happy with that. Hold on. Can we get this in his hand? Come on, little Kev. Open your fingers up a little bit, man. Oh, he nearly lost his footing. Oh, little Kev. Come on. There you go. Little Kev has another little Kev. The wingers will get retrained. I assume the assistant manager is on top of that. Someone said a Dean Ambrose. No, we don't have a Dean Ambrose. You may as well. We could do a youth academy challenge, but we're already doing this let's throw a load of money at them thing. I think what we might find is as we get higher up the leagues, we're going to have less money to throw around because we don't get much in the way of attendances. So we might, once we get to the Premier League, we're going to have to capitalise on this youth a little bit. But it seems there's a lot of interest in our young players. Will you all just leave me alone? Right. Andy Impey wants us to counter and flexible. He's on a roll. We'll go with him again. I'm not going to find a Seth Rollins. Nicky, does it count as 22 minutes when I picked him up and put him back down again? That seems like cheating. No Seth Rollins. If he survives, I should keep him there 24/7. I've got Gorilla Glue over there somewhere. We could just glue him to the front of the microphone. Although that's going to be a little bit more difficult when I do my serious moaning about healthcare providers straight to the camera with a tie-on pieces and there's a wrestler taped to the front of my microphone. Right, Ignacio Martin is here. What are we going to call him? Did we say Ricky Martin? I like the idea of Ricky Martin. Whoever suggested that, give yourself a Kev point. There you go. We've got Ricky Martin in midfield. Who's our best youth player? We can have a look at the squad to see who the best youth players are. If we look at... there's a few who are pretty good. It's those, Stefan Lawrence and Ken Craig are the two with 5-star potentio. Ignacio Martin, I like it. But I'm afraid he's already Ricky Martin and he always will be from now on. Is this a different Nicholson? Have we got two Nicholsons? You're desperate to... You play I'm a nut every episode anyway. You don't need another excuse for it. It's only the Checkatrade Trophy, isn't it? I forgot about that. So no one really cares anyway. We're going to do a full rotation squad in this game and take the fine. Stop trying to sign our young players. Is there a way to just reject all offers for these players? There is, isn't there? I think there is. I might... Does it... It used to have a screen that came up where you had the option to then reject all offers, but it doesn't see. Have I told it not to show me that screen, and now I want the screen again? The one where you give it the reason why you're rejecting offers. Can you not? Do we go on view offer? Is that it? And then we can. Here we go. But it doesn't give me the option to reject all offers. I really hope you get it. I hope I get the posh job, and I will play I'm a Nut. There you go. That will, because they said I can bring my own CD, so if I get it, I'm a Nut will play out over the PA at Posh at some point this season. That is a goose darned promise for you. Play Kevin Chapman. We will play Kevin Chapman, the striker, against Northampton. Why not? Reject. Oh, there's a 20-year-old. He's a bit old and a bit rubbish. Should we cash in on this one? He's never played for us. He's age 20. They're only offering 7k. Let's take the 7k and run. But the rest of these, we're not selling these. I'm hoping I'll hear about the Posh job by the end of this week. They need someone in place for the Plymouth game, which is like 8 days away. So they need to get it sorted at some point. I have to go. Oh, I'm not going to go on each player and change their transfer status. That sounds like a lot of effort. Ollie Hall, bye-bye. Miss you already. Did he go to Fulham? I've just realised where he went. Perhaps we shouldn't have sold him. No one could have shouted at me, Kev, don't sell him. It's Fulham. He must be good. No. Rubbish. Okay, right. On him, let's just say... Is this because he's still a youth player? We don't even have the option to do that. We actually offered him a contract yet, actually. I'm doing all this. Is he just going to go for free soon? I need to figure out how we check that. Too right, I'm just taking the fine. Look at the amount of money we've got. We can take the fine. We've got 16 million quid. We need to rotate a little bit. All right, let's have a look at what... Oh, look, Deep had been involved in the big transfers at this level. Who'd have thought? And there you go. Our major failed transfers both involve us as well. We spent 11 million quid. That doesn't seem right. Hold on. We spent 11 million quid. I had it in my head we didn't spend anywhere near that. And we bought 17 players. Luton. Yeah, there you go. Luton did it last season and got to the semis. We can afford to just take the fine. Arsenal have got a few quid, haven't they? What's all this about? Arsenal spending £128 million on world-class players? This can't be right. Good evening to you, Loki. Talk to me about Arsenal. Not Loki, necessarily. He can if he wants. Tell us all about Arsenal. Where, why, how? What's this? Weird. Arsenal have got money. I wonder where they'll finish this season. Now, remind me to check at the end of the season how Arsenal got on. Because now I'm intrigued. Now I can see they're basically... Arsenal are the Deeping Rangers of the Premier League right now. My kits are out of date. The graphics pack I've got was the one I got. I downloaded it when I first got FM16 and just never bothered to change it. People mention it every now and again, but I don't know what the right kits are. That's a good point. Who is the Arsenal manager? Let's have a look. Presumably Arsene Wenger. Arsenal. Hold on. Arsenal. Arsenal manager is Leonardo Jardim. Who's he? Who's he? He's been at Man City previously. Monaco manager. There you go. That's who he is. Yes, I'm pleased to have the opportunity to require Ricky Martin and Kevin Owens. They're going to be cracking legs and stuff. Ricky Martin has taken a step backwards in order to join Deeping Rangers. He's given up on his pop career. It won't be Sunday because I'm away this weekend, aka Nitro. I'll be streaming again Monday night after this one. Because I'm away for the next 3 days now. But Monday night, 9 p.m. here, there will be a stream. There'll be a video come out on YouTube that afternoon to remind you all anyway. Right. Let's get some of these new faces into this team. So we'll start off with a fully rotated side. But now we want to get Kevin Chapman in up front. In fact, should we have Ken? We want Ken Craig in. I want to see what the fuss is about Ken Craig. But we'll have Kevin Chapman and Ken Craig up front. Then we want Ricky Martin. Where's Ricky Martin? We've got too many players. Where's Ricky Martin? Can anybody see? We haven't got the senior squad on. Should we try that again with the senior squad available to pick from? Oh, it's the same team. Perhaps that's not how that works. Right, now we just want to look at the senior squad. Ricky Martin. He is there. Obviously, we want him to be a ball-winning midfielder. So, ball-winning midfielder on defend. Nearly knocked little Kev off because I had to cough. Oh, he's just lost the title. It's like watching SmackDown. The title's been on and off him more often than on telly this evening. Yeah, I was pretty worried about the Deeping finances until I took over as manager. I mean, to be fair, they did start with 100 million quid. Now, Chip Spice. I'm glad someone's mentioned Chip Spice. Talk to me about Chip Spice. I didn't know this was a thing until someone put it in a comment this afternoon. It sounds like the most incredible thing in the history of the world. What is Chip Spice? Pablo, it will be 3 streams a week. Summer's really busy for me. The next couple of months really are quite busy, but eventually it will settle down into a routine. Monday nights will probably be fairly regular because Anna does a podcast on Monday nights, so I'm usually sent out here into the garage anyway. And then there'll probably be one of the weekend nights and then another day later in the week. But it will settle down eventually. Right, we'll get Kevin Owens in. He's a defender, isn't he? Yeah. Right, so what just happened? Where did Kevin Chapman go? Where did Kevin Chapman and leg go? Oh, it makes me so sad when this happens. Right, Kevin Chapman, where are you? There he is. Okay. Right. Where were we? Just a random... I mean, Hull sounds amazing. It sounds like my favourite place in the world already, and I've never even been there. The Humber Bridge, our hotel looks out at the Humber Bridge. I've got the drone charged up, ready to go. It's going to be the most memorable vlog ever, because presumably I want to fly the drone under the bridge. I've been told under no certain circumstances I'm not allowed to do that, and if I crash it into the river, I won't be allowed to buy a new one. So I'm not going to fly it under the bridge, but I'm going to fly the drone nearish to the bridge to try and get some good footage. So obviously the drone's going in the water, and I have been told if I want to be allowed to come home again from Hull, if I sink the drone, I have to go into the water and fetch it. So there could be some interesting footage come out of this weekend. But yeah, Chip Spice I really like the sound of. Curly's in as well. Hello, Curly. And if you get the job at Posh, is there any further opportunities for their YouTube channel? Possibly. I'd like the idea of that. I mean, we've not talked about that, but never say never and all that. Right, should we get into a game? We're obviously going to lose this game because we're playing a bunch of nobodies, including our new psychopath. Someone we signed just because he had my name, and someone we signed just because he had his name. So this might be a disaster. But I'll consider it a job well done if we can get Ricky Martin sent off, because ultimately that's what he's here for. In fact, hold the phone. Where's his individual instructions? Player instructions. Hold on. Ricky Martin. We want him to... he's already on tackle harder. Good. He's already set up to be ideal red card material. Splendid. Right. I've lost in the chat. Everything's got taken off in there and I wasn't watching. It is quite a big bridge. I agree. Yeah, I will get drone flying lessons at some point. I mean, we all know I'm not going to. I should. I probably won't. There's a place where we can walk over it. Is it? Excellent. I don't think I should get fined. I've gone on the No Fly Drones website, and there's nowhere in Hull I'm not allowed to fly a drone. I can't even say that sentence. So as long as I don't go over the road, if I'm just over the water, then I'm not breaking any laws. I don't think. I could be wrong. Oh, Loki, thank you very much. I enjoyed the posh vlog as well. I was terrified, obviously, because it was terrifying, but it was loads of fun in the end. Why am I killing my centre-backs? What am I doing to them? What? I don't understand. What did I do? Nah. Half of my family are from Hull, but I couldn't tell you where to visit. From what I can tell, as long as I go to the bridge, which we can see from the hotel, I go to the Deep, which everyone keeps telling me about, and I try some of this chip spice, then I think we've done Hull a good service. We'll be able to give you a comprehensive Hull review. Loki, Anna's podcast, it's another gaming one. It's called Infinite Loopcast. She just likes talking about games, so she does MGP with me every week, but then she also does pretty much the same thing with some other people every week as well, because she can't talk about games enough with just me around. So she does extra game talking. Where did we get to? I'm not even looking at the game. Let me know if we score. I'm only reading the chats. Their fitness levels are RIP, are they? We should probably take him off. Yeah. Why was he even did I not click full rotation? This assistant manager is a buffoon. You're not allowed to fly within a certain distance of... Yeah, exactly. So if I'm flying on the river but away from the road, no one owns the river, do they? So if I'm not over the road, then I'm all right. I think. I've looked into it. I know what's what. I think. I think I do. We'll be all right. If Chip Spice is really good, I am a little bit concerned that I'm going to have to keep going back to Hull to get Chip Spice. Is it something I can buy independent of the chips to bring home with me if it's as good as people keep telling me it is? And if it is that... Kevin Chapman nearly scored. If it is that good, why is it only in Hull that they do it? Hull's starting to sound wonderfully weird. I love weird places. And Hull just sounds a little bit mental with their fancy phone boxes and their weird chip sauce, chip spice, whatever it is. We haven't got another right back. Lenahan's going to have to play out there. What did my dad... my dad and brother... My dad is a monster. His comprehensive review of my performance as a matchday announcer was completely straight-faced and deadpan. He genuinely meant it as a compliment. He just looked me in the eye, because I was in the car park hanging around afterwards as they walked back towards their car, and I sort of called him over. What did you think? What did you think? And he just looked straight at me, completely genuinely said, "You almost sounded like a real man at one point." Thanks, Dad. I almost sounded like a real man. But I know he means that as a compliment. I think he means that as a compliment. But yeah, I'm almost a real man in my dad's eyes now. And at age 35, what more could you want than to almost be a real man in the eyes of your own father? Who doesn't know how to run a football? Oh, Hull don't know how to run a football team. I guess that's what we're talking about. Yeah, Ricky Martin. That was pathetic. If that was supposed to be an aggressive performance, I don't understand. Did we get a fine for that game, or did we not rotate enough? I tried to rotate, but I don't see a fine in there anywhere. Can't even get ourselves fined properly. Loki's a League of Legends YouTuber now, are you? I've only ever played that game once, and I'm worse at that than I am at FIFA. So that might be a game we can compete with each other on. I would love it if Chip Spice was in the Spice Girls. That would be awesome. Casey Neistat's getting taken to court, is he? Nah. He can afford it, though, can't he? If they took me to court, what on earth are they going to take? I see you've got loads of empty Coke Zero cans over there. We'll have them for the recycling cost. Oh no, don't take my recycling. I'm not a real man yet, Casimir. I almost sound like a real man. The Prince's Quay shopping centre, is that somewhere I want to let Anna know exists, or is that somewhere where I'm not going to have a good time? And just so you're aware of the criteria for that question, do they have a comic shop that I can go and sit in while she goes and does what women do in shopping centres? It's basically, she views comic book shops as like a Kev Crash. If she can put me in the Kev Crash, if it's a short trip, she might get away with putting me in game. But if she's going to be going in lots of shops, there needs to be a comic book shop for her to put me in. Who said bobbleheads and why? I like bobbleheads. Why are we talking about bobbleheads? You click back on senior player or filter and then click. I'm lost. The chat's got away from me. I do have an amazing beard. Or has someone else got an amazing beard? I'm so lost. You need to go to the People's Republic. What's the People's Republic? Oh, the courts. I get you. The courts will take my bobbleheads. I understand now. Too many threads to this conversation. I can't keep track. They better not. Some of them are actually worth something. They're not having those. Why is there a link to Tesco in there? Is that... It says toy offers. Hold on. Open URL. The stream might be about to end, people, if this... Chip spice! Holy smoke, is this the stuff? Classic chip seasoning, paprika and onion. Is that the actual stuff that they put on chips in Hull? Add that to basket. There we go. Problem solved. Don't need to go to Hull anymore. The best bar in the world. Even people who hate pubs love the People's Republic. See, we're not really pub people. We don't really drink. So we probably we don't really go to pubs. We might have a look. What's so good about it? Why do people who don't like pubs like it? Do they like give free money away outside or something? Do they have a comic book corner where Anna can put me in to keep me out of the way while she goes and gets drunk? Because when I say we don't really drink, I mean I don't really drink and she doesn't like to drink on her own. The court may take your old broken freezer that you used to do batch cooking. They'll struggle. Currys have already taken that. They took that when they brought the shiny new one. I can just imagine them taking one look in here and thinking, hey, you know what? He needs this more than we do. We'll leave him with his little broken desk. Cambridge United up next. Come on, right. Block. How do we block people from the chat? I'm not having people supporting Cambridge in my chat. There are rules around here. One of those rules is we have no Cambridge positivity. We have no Northampton positivity. They're just the rules of the chat, everybody. Has an arcade machine built into tables in a pub. Hold on. Little Kev. Kane. Kane. Are you serious? There's comic books and games built into tables in a pub. Where is this pub? How do we get to this pub? Let's get him back up here. I need to know about this pub. Kev, you're being sabotaged. Dr. Benji's streaming. Who? Doesn't sound familiar. Cambridge. Durr. Yeah, Kane. I've not seen a link to the location of the pub yet. I'm getting a little nervous that you're not going to tell me exactly where it is. Okay, there we go. Newland Avenue. They have an arcade machine in... Hold on. Need to take a photograph of that comment because that sounds smashing. Photograph taken. Are you going to be anti-Walsall when... We're not living in a fantasy world where we're making up really unlikely scenarios. Walsall aren't smashing anybody. Certainly not smashing us. Kev, there's a Humber triathlon on Sunday. You should take part. I can't even walk properly at the moment. Prince's Quay. Is that where the pub is or is that the shopping centre? I'm getting a little bit lost now. Put Kevin Chapman on against Cambridge. Yeah, but I want to beat Cambridge. Are you not at uni? Oh no, it's summer, isn't it? It's July. People don't go to uni in July generally. I remember. What's Casamore tweeting about? Putting links about. What's this? Is this a different spice? That's the same chip seasoning. I've now got that in 2 separate windows. The shopping centre, eh? I'm more interested in this magical game and comics pub now, which I'm going to be really disappointed if it's just a normal pub with a fruit machine. Thank you for popping in, Loki. Toodle pip. Have a splendid evening, etc., etc. If you're heading over to Ben's stream now, we've got beef. But thank you for popping in. Bye. I'm not. That was just a bye for Loki. That's not the rest of you. We're going to be around for a little while yet. Worry not. Little Kev is still in position. For as long as little Kev's there, we're still there. Prince's Keys. How far is the shopping centre from the bridge? Because the bridge is where our hotel... In fact, people who know about Hull, our hotel is the wrong side of the bridge. We have to cross the bridge to get into Hull. Is that walkable, or are we going to need to drive into Hull? Because that really does then guarantee we're not going to be drinking if we have to drive to get into town. Me and my partner off to Birmingham this weekend. Anything to do? Where's good to get drunk? The whole of Birmingham's good to get drunk. It says this person who doesn't really drink very often. There's some good barbecue places in Birmingham. There's 2 awesome comic book shops in Birmingham. I can tell you where they are. Don't know about the pubs. You promised there's an arcade machine built into a table. Let's hope so. Bye-bye, Curly. I've got to drive. Okay. I don't mind driving. Should we take our bicycles? Don't even know where my bike is. It's in there. Excellent. I'm not going on a bus. I vomit on the bus. Even when sober, I vomit on buses. Drive. That's fine. I can handle a drive. I'm just keen to eat my breakfast whilst looking at the bridge and flying my drone. That's the only reason I'm going, really. Right. Did we not... I thought we said we didn't want to play this game because there was internationals on. Yet here we are, playing the game. We're missing players because of internationals. What's that about? Chill, Chef. Thank you very much. It's very nice of you to say. If you take your bike, I could do a triathlon. Ricky Martin is... Do we have to play him? Hold on. We do have to play him, don't we? That was the reason he was purchased. Where is he? Where's Ricky Martin? We'll drop Leo da Silva Lopez to the bench. And in there, we want Ricky Martin. There he is. He wants to be the advanced playmaker. He's living in a dream world if he thinks we're going to make him the advanced... Why is Blackmore in midfield again? This is what happens when I let the assistant manager pick the team. Blackmore goes up front. Geordie Shaw is going to go up front too. We're going to drop Salvador for today. And we're going to bring Da Silva Lopez back into the team. And we're going to do that. I think that works. Birmingham's a city. Yeah, there's a lot of pubs in Birmingham. Cambridge won't have any... if you don't mind generic drinking place... oh, that's for Casamore, is it? That's acceptable. It's been delayed to the Tuesday. It was scheduled for Saturday. Yeah, it's been rescheduled, but they're still away on international duty. So what on earth was the point of that? Yeah, I guess they don't. Your team has been heavily impacted by international call-ups. Yeah, exactly. Let's look at it positively, though. I don't know who Jan Novak is. Is he one of ours or one of theirs? Right, Ricky Martin. Let's have a red card from him. I am tempted to sack my assistant, but that would mean we'd be on our 4th assistant manager since starting this job 3 months ago. Call Da Silva Lopez, living La Vida Loca. I can't, because Da Silva Lopez is a real posh player. Did Cambridge just get a red card in the first minute? Ricky, did you do that? Vimesy, what, subscribe to my channel on here, on Twitch? Because I don't stream often enough to be allowed to do that yet. If you're talking about my YouTube channel, you were supposed to subscribe to that like a year and a half ago. But yeah, I haven't earned my subscribe button on Twitch yet, because I have to stream like 3 times a week for a month or something. Someone did tell me the criteria. I just kind of heard, wait, Kev, it'll come. It's £1.50 to cross the Humber. Do I have the route we're going tomorrow? We're leaving Peterborough to go to Boston. Then we're going from Boston over to Mansfield. Then from Mansfield to Hull. Are we going to have to cross the river? I think we just kind of go across, don't we? But then we'll have to cross it to come home, because we're going straight from Hull back to Boston on Sunday morning. I'm not the posh announcer yet. I will be soon, hopefully. That's what I'm waiting for. We're winning against Cambridge. I like it. Vimesy, give it time. It'll be a couple of weeks. I plan to start. Now I'm allowed to stream again. Now I'm not operating under the Kev's not allowed to stream rules. I'll have my subscribe button soon. I meet all the criteria, other than the whole. I've only streamed like 4 times in the last year, although 3 of them have been in the last week. So who's that? Why is Ricky Martin so tired? I mean, if anything, he's more likely to get himself sent off if he's lunging into challenges because he can't keep up with the game. So we'll leave him on. Get James McDonough if you can work. If you can work with him for almost 20 years. I don't know who he is. Well, I hope if we're still talking about we've given away a penalty. He has been living the. That's just going to keep coming up now, isn't it? Is Lenihan getting sent off here? The referee's getting involved in this game, isn't he? 2 red cards, a penalty, and Ricky Martin still stood there looking innocent. Should we just get him at centre back? But it feels like a bad idea to do that. We'll take off De Silva Lopez. We can't take off Ricky Martin, but we'll do that. Drop Mendes in there. All that hip action tires out a player. I like it. Oh, he's James McDonough's an assistant manager, is he? I will have a look. How many tackles has Ricky made? I don't know. How do we find that out? Stats, match stat. No, that's what we got. No, not Cambridge stats. Deep in Ranger stats. Ricky Martin has. Can we just click on him to highlight him? No. He's made 2 tackles and won them both. And is he still on ball winning midfielder? What's happened? What did I do there? He's certainly the defensive. I agree about that Cambridge formation. What are they thinking? Shall we stick? I know I'm not really a man what uses wingers, but I feel like I've been scouted here. How can we get wingers into this? We're going to do this because I feel like they're just being a little bit silly, and we need to go around the side of them and say, right, let's go wide then. If they're not playing with any width, let's go wide. Everybody, mark the date. Kev just made a tactical. They've gone to a proper system. They forced me into doing that. Who's not very attacking? Me or them? Who's poor? Me? Yes. Them? What? Logan scores and just turns round. Yeah, I scored. What of it? I'm Hugo Logan. That's what I do. The Cambridge formations get weirder, but they seem quite effective. Yeah, I think we've already got overlap on. There you go. They've gone back to the 3-3-3, which is just the most insane system I've ever heard of. But hopefully we're just going to tear it apart now with our width. And Scally is in, but now they've got the chance to break on us. And if they score, I'm going to be so very sad. Right, go on, let's go. Blackmore's up front on his own. Ricky Martin is a very aggressive man. I agree. He's also, in fact, he's not as tired as he was. He seems to regenerate. We might have to change his name to Wolverine. Matt Deakin's now going to get himself sent off, I think. No, he just gets a talking to. Vickers is in again. He's not very aggressive, is he? I think he's supposed to be. Didn't he have 20 aggression? Wasn't that why we signed him? Look at all that space Logan's in. There you go. We just tacticked somebody because they're not playing with any wide players. We just went from one winger to the other. And look at this. This is Kev does tactics. Look at the space Hugo Logan's in. And the Cambridge defenders just chase over towards him. And Blackmore is in a whole load of space as well. I like this Cambridge tactic. Their manager's a genius. I might try it myself. That could be a good challenge for this season. If we get to the point where we win the league really early on, perhaps a challenge that we set ourselves is trying to make the 3-3-3 work. It does kind of rely on getting a player sent off every game, but I think it's workable. Right, Logan's going to move over to the other side because why not? We'll make him an inside forward. That will do for now. Salvador's come on the other side. Don't say formation, man. He's streaming. We can't let people know about that. Mendes is not playing great. Matt's going to have to come off because obviously we can't take off Ricky Martin because those are the rules. So Martins can come on in midfield. No, Martin is already on. Abrams comes on in midfield. Excellent stuff. Is anyone else? Oh, it's Casamore at it again. Goodness me. What's that man up to? Is this the excitement of a weekend away in Birmingham? It's bringing the jokes out. Cambridge have got a wide player involved now, but I think we've still got them beat for width in their half. There you go. Here's their flying left winger. Coyle intercepts, but we've got no one further forward. But Blackmore's good enough to do it all by himself. I've hit the crossbar now. I'm lost. Cambridge are back to the 3-3-3, everybody. They know it's the one word Kev can't say properly. Salvador, though, gets the cross in. Logan, it's gone winger to winger again, everybody. Hugo Logan is loving being involved in this system that has no wide players in. I mean, I've never played Logan as a winger before. Play 1-3. 2 keepers, 1 in goal and then a sweeper. I like it. That's a good idea. But it might be a fun thing to try and get working. If our players are that good, we might be able to get it working. I'm not going to do it until we're already up. But if we keep playing as well, we've won every game so far, haven't we, I think? So presumably we're going to get promoted fairly early on because our squad's just too good for this division. And then we can play around with a 3-3-3. Write that down, somebody. Remind me of that later on in the season because we're going to do it because it sounds awesome. So we've had an 8-5 win and an opposition team playing 3-3-3. Kev's version of Football Manager just seems more fun than the other versions I see out there. It seems to be that it's like I've bought a comedy version of the game. It's just deliberately not going to play the way it normally does for everybody else. We'll give Lenihan a warning for his silliness. Yeah, we're good. Yep, we're very good. Hugo Logan was excellent in that game. I had doubts about him at the start of the season, but he was superb in that game. He's playing like he was at Hamilton in an alternative universe. Right, we're playing again at the weekend. We've already rested our players. Excellent. Have I ever been to Salisbury? I have not. You good? I'm tempted. I am looking for places to go. We're looking for somewhere to go in the August bank holiday weekend if we can find somewhere for Dave to go, because normally when me and Anna go away, when Andy's in his respite care thing that he does, normally the girls come over and feed Dave and let him out for toilet and stuff. But August bank holiday weekend, Andy is away, but the girls are away on holiday with their mum as well. So we've priced up this perfect trip to Newcastle that involves us dropping Andy off in Boston, driving over to Newark or Grantham, either of them are fine, getting on a train in one of those straight up to Newcastle, and we can basically be in Newcastle like 2.5 hours after we drop Andy off, and it works really well. The only problem is Dave. So we need to find somewhere where we can, something to do with Dave, unless we just take him to Newcastle with us. But I've never been further north than Blackpool, where I went 2 weeks ago. So Newcastle sounds fun. Bury's a great weekend away, is it? It's not one I've heard before. Why would Andy love Salisbury? Is that near where Stonehenge is and all that stuff, or am I wrong? My geography's not brilliant. I could leave Dave with my dad, but he's not really a dog person, and I'm a little bit worried they'd kill each other. But we are away on holiday with my dad in a couple of weeks' time, and we're taking Dave with us. We're just going to have one night in my dad's trailer tent. He'll be there so that we don't wreck the place. So he might bond with Dave that weekend, and if he bonds with Dave, then we'll head up to Newcastle 2 weeks later. Oh, there's a good cathedral in Salisbury, is there? Okay. We keep meaning to take Andy up to Lincoln because we went there early in the year, and the cathedral there was cool, so Andy would like that. Grimsby's a great night out. I can't go back to Grimsby. I went to Grimsby once, like 5 years ago. Got lost in the docks. It's one of only 2 occasions when I've been propositioned by a prostitute. I was just driving through the docks and she came and banged on the window when I was stopping at a traffic light. That was weird. Yeah, Grimsby just freaked me out a little bit. Stonehenge is in the south. Is Salisbury not in the south? I'm lost. I could go to Southend. I've still got my Southend shirt that needs signing. I'm waiting for the club to invite me down to get it signed by Wordsworth. But they don't return my emails. I haven't been to Southend since I was a kid. Salisbury Cathedral has part of the Magna Carta, as does Lincoln Cathedral. So we could see 2 parts of it in 1 year if we went to Salisbury. Accrington's where all the parties are. I think people are being silly now, aren't they? I suspect Bury and Accrington might not be the nightlife people are suggesting. And based on my own experience of Grimsby, maybe not there either. Yeah, so I think my dad went on holiday to Salisbury like a month ago because he mentioned seeing the Magna Carta and he went to Stonehenge for the, what's it called? The thing where you stay up at night at Stonehenge. Solstice. Go to Leeds. We could go to Leeds. But Leeds, I don't know. We went to Leeds the other week. We went to Leeds train station. It was fine. Yes, I still have the Southend shirt. It's hanging up in my bedroom. I have no idea what to do with it. It was certainly £50 well spent. I want to go back and slap past Kev in the face and tell him not to be so stupid buying that shirt. Or at least put some feelers out and ask some clubs before spending the money, because I've not had a football club come back to me about it, and it's really disappointing. Right, where's Ricky Martin? Let's get him in the team. There he is, Ricky M. He can come in for... Why is Blackmore in midfield again? This assistant manager is desperate to play Blackmore in midfield. I don't understand why. We're going to bring him on for Salvador again, like that. And we'll just do that. Bath's got a pretty stunning Abbey, has it, by golly? I was just stopping myself doing about 8 jokes about girls called Abby. I successfully stopped myself. Rill is a great place for a romantic weekend. Good. Where's Rill? The Magna Carta. Ah, yeah, the Magna Carta, that's what that is. It's just a really old bit of paper. When we saw it in Lincoln, it really wasn't all that. It was in like a nuclear bunker that we got searched to go into. I wasn't allowed to take my camera in there. And it's just a piece of paper in a box. Nothing special. But I guess if you like old bits of paper, the Magna Carta is where it's at. Just thought... Hello, Pab. I don't want to go to Bury. You could take us to Bury when we're up in Manchester later in the year. I should wear what in an Expedition of Gold episode? What, the Magna Carta? We've got these multiple threads going again now. Kev's old man brain can't keep up with this. The Tangerine one, it's not wrong at all. All the best people were thinking about Abbey jokes. That's why I went silent. I thought Rill was in Wales, but then Wales is in the UK, so that's all the same, is it not? I want to go to Bury now. I want to see what it's all about. Connor, the United fan, you win. I want to go to Texas more than any of these other places that people have talked about. What's no Bolton? Bury's no Bolton. I have been to Bolton. The only part of Bolton I've been to is what was the Reebok Stadium at the time. I guess it's not called that anymore. But I went to a Coldplay gig there where they filmed the video for Fix You, and I was in it. Well, like in the crowd. Oh, wear the Southend shirt. No, it's like painted on. I wore it once, and it genuinely looked like I'd just put a Southend badge on my pink nipples. Did we just consider we're losing a game? we're not supposed to lose games. I thought that was the idea. Sheffield is definitely on the to-do list, Tommy. We're basically, for these little weekends, I know Newcastle bucks the trend a little bit, but it's because the train's directly there from where we are. But the general way we're picking these weekends, the reason we're going to Hull, is because we drop Andy off in Boston, and then we want to be somewhere that's no more than like an hour and a half away, just in case we have to go back. So that's why we went to Lincoln. Hull's a little bit further. Newcastle breaks the rule slightly, but we can jump on a train and be straight back there pretty much. So that's why Newcastle's not that much of a big deal. Sheffield is kind of within the radius that we'd consider. So it will happen at some point probably. Whether it's this year or next year, but we'll definitely do Sheffield at some point. Because I've only been there once for a Muse concert, I think. So I went to the TGI Fridays near Meadowhall, and then went to the concert, and then back to stay in a Premier Inn. How about coming to sunny Huddersfield, the home of the newest Premier League team? I can't go to Huddersfield without giggling about the Believe T-shirts that they all wore at the playoff final against us a few years ago, and then threw on the pitch when we went 3-0 up. Yes, the Coldplay gig was in 2004, I think. That sounds about right. Come to Harrow, our main attraction is a tube station. That's more than we've got in Peterborough, so you win that round. I've never been to Ireland. I would like to go to Ireland. Anna wants to go to Ireland as well, so Ireland's on the to-do list, definitely. I could wear the Southend shirt at some point. I might wear it one day. Yeah, Ricky Martin got a yellow. Yeah, he did. Coldplay and Muse, a strange mix. Not really. They're both, I would say they're both fairly similar. Certainly in the same genre on iTunes and Spotify, presumably. There's certainly both types of music that if you weren't into either genre that they fall into, you'd call them the same. If you were like all about pop or all about hip hop, you'd listen to Coldplay and Muse and think, yeah, that's the same. I don't like that. Your father-in-law has that pink shirt. Well, he sounds like a wise man. All the best people have that pink shirt. Do I like Coldplay in 2017? Not so much. I don't think I've listened to either of the last two albums. They just went a bit weird, didn't they? Everyone goes a little bit weird. Even my favourite bands go weird. Like Radiohead went weird. Everyone goes weird. Did I just take off Ricky Martin? Sorry, I wasn't thinking. My mistake. We leave him on, obviously. I would say Muse is maybe a bit heavier than Coldplay, but not massively, I don't think. Yeah, old Coldplay were great. Definitely. Tommy, what town are you in? Because if your main attraction is a B&M, I'm there. That was the best thing that we did in Blackpool. The B&M was amazing. I love B&M. I'm glad it's not just me who thinks Coldplay went weird. I approve of those comments. We're going to draw a football match. Probably because we're leaving Ricky Martin on. It's probably where we've gone wrong. But at least we didn't lose. We want an unbeaten season. Deeping have had lots of unbeaten seasons over their rise up to this level. We want to continue that trend. Being a Posh fan, what's my view of Adrian Durham? Oh, he's just an absolute moron. Really don't like him at all. My main goal in life, the main reason I do anything on the internet, is I want to displace him as the celebrity Posh fan. I just can't stand the fact that absolute tool represents us in the media. So yeah, I don't like Adrian Durham at all. I haven't heard the new Radiohead album. Again, they went weird. I stopped listening. I loved them in the 90s. Loved them. But they just got weird. B&M and a cinema. I love B&M. Have you been to... I didn't know there were two B&Ms in Boston. I've been to the one near the police station, near the cathedral. Not the cathedral, the stump. I didn't know there was another B&M though. Did you hear... Oh, Castlemore's at it again. Just Tommy, you're in Featherstone. I'm there. If there's a B&M, I'm there. Come to Edinburgh, Kev. However, not when the festival's on. It's a nightmare. Edinburgh's definitely on the list, but probably for the festival. I've always quite fancied doing Edinburgh Festival. Me and Sheepdog talked about doing it with one of our podcasts at some point. Actually going and performing there. I think that would be quite good fun. Never heard of this Adrian fellow. Why the hate? Listen to TalkSport, and then you'll understand why. He's like the king of the trolls. But he's the main guy on a radio station that their entire business model is built around saying deliberately controversial stuff to get people to ring up their premium rate phone number to make them money. And it's a horrible radio station. He's a horrible little man. I've been to Gainsborough before, Kanga FM. I've been to the ground, trying to climb over the wall to have a look in. It's a wonderful place. Well, I will head to the second B&M in Boston. Right, where are we? Deeping Rangers have scored a high proportion of goals. Nah, who cares? I heard something with it. Yeah. Oh, this is a lot. Matt Deacon. Are you in the chat today, Matt Deacon? Because you had a good game today. Well done. 5 Kev points for Matt Deacon. Some top. I love food. Barbecue and burgers. Oh, if I ate them all the time, though, I'd get chunky, and I couldn't possibly get chunky. Isn't Mike Tyson a Peterborough fan? He turned up at a posh game once and wore a posh shirt because he was doing a sportsman's dinner at the club. I don't even know how that happened, but I don't know if that qualifies him as a posh fan. But he has been seen in a posh shirt. I might have to head to St Neots. I haven't not been to St Neots for years either. I remember up free. Yeah, I'm glad that it's not just me who dislikes Adrian Durham, because part of it, I've always thought, I've sometimes wondered, is my dislike of him purely because of the bad name he gives posh fans? But no, he is just a nasty little troll. Matt's not in the chat, never mind. Is there going to be a non-league to legend save on FM18? Of sorts, yes. I haven't decided what it will be, whether it will work exactly the same, where we'll start, but there'll be a big long save, and I'll probably call it non-league to legend just because people search for that, and it would be silly to lose that as a brand. It might not work exactly the same way. I've got to give it some thought, but there'll definitely be a big save. Jerome, thank you very much. Thanks for popping in. Tyson is much of a posh fan as Sly Stallone is an Everton fan. Yeah, exactly. Casimir, are you just reading these out of a book or something, or are these just flowing off the tongue? Yes, absolutely, like the Daily Mail, but radio-ish. That's exactly what he's like. I should visit every place from the Non-League to Legend series. I don't even know where Hamilton is. Whereabouts in Scotland is Hamilton? How much longer am I going to be streaming? Realistically, probably no more than another 15 minutes or so. We've got to get up early tomorrow to head to all these places we've got to head to, and I may not have edited the vlog yet, so I kind of got to do that, plus edit some Football Manager video. Yeah, it'll be like 11 o'clock because then I've got serious editing to do. How's being a full-time YouTuber / vlogger / streamer treating you? It's good fun at the moment. I've worked harder this week than I have for a long time because we're away for 3 days now, and then next week we're at Alton Towers for a day, and I'm at Summer in the City for a day, and there's lots of days where previously it would have just been days where I didn't put a video out because we were busy, but I'm trying to make sure there's a video coming out every day, so I'm stacking them up a little bit, plus adding in the streams as well. The streams are happening in what would have normally been my recording time, so I've not had that rest at the end of the school year yet that I would normally get, so I'm shattered. I need this weekend in Hull. Said nobody ever, but no, I need a bit of a rest. I'm really looking forward to this weekend, but I'm loving it so far. If I can figure out a way to make a genuine, like, full-time grown-up income from all this, then I could see myself doing this for a long time. It would be awesome. But yeah, the actual lifestyle of it so far, can't fault it. Hamilton's near Glasgow, is it? Okay. And Glasgow up and across a bit from here, yeah? I can just get on the train to Edinburgh, and then this is based on watching the away days video from this afternoon. You just go straight up and then across. I can do that. Chill Chef, thank you, cheers. You should come to Bury, Glastonbury. It's an actual, goodness me. We're off to Hull tomorrow, amongst other places. We end up in Hull eventually. We've got a funeral to go to first day, which is funerals. I don't like funerals. What have I never considered? Why am I getting so many questions? Yeah, I do want to go to the Hull Aquarium. If that's the Deep, then yes, that's absolutely on the to-do list. I've got to convince Anna, because her come back to me saying we've got to go there is, we've got these Merlin passes that you made us spend all that money on. We can go to any sea life centre in the country. Why do we want to pay to go into a different aquarium when we've not felt the need to go in these sea life centres yet? We were stood next to London Aquarium. We were in Blackpool and walked past the sea life centre. Why would we go to the Deep when we're avoiding the sea life centres we can go to for free? And I need to come back for that, or else I'll struggle to get her in. But I've looked at it online. It looks awesome. Lee Tomlin is an incredible talent. Just absolute superb footballer, but he's a bit of a mentalist. He's exactly the kind of player I would have liked to sign on here when we were looking for a nutter. Because he is a nutter, but he is one of the most naturally gifted players I've ever seen play for Posh. When am I bringing back the old school Football Manager series on YouTube? Love the... yeah, that's a work in progress. I've got big plans for that, but they're plans that involve a lot of research and stuff. So it's a series I'm going to be working on over the summer and probably releasing. It's going to be a football game history thing, so not just Football Manager. And I want a whole series of videos to come out around about the time that Pro Evo and FIFA and Football Manager and all those games are hitting, so the hype around football games is at its peak, and I want to throw in this series about classic football games and hopefully jump off the back of some of that hype. So I'm putting a lot of research into it, a lot of time. They're going to be good videos, almost documentary style videos is what I'm going for, but they're going to be a little while. We're looking at probably September time before they start hitting the channel. 3 fish and chip. What are we talking about here with all these fish and chip shops? Where's this? It sounds like a great place, wherever it is. If you can grow this channel, I can see you making possibly more from here than YouTube. Maybe. I don't really get how Twitch works. When we were doing the stream on Sunday night, Loki made the point that when Matt Deacon made his crazy donation, that one donation of £50, that was way more than we earn, either me or Loki. It's more than we earn in like 3 days of YouTube videos. So it is amazing. And I think we've picked a team that doesn't have Ricky Martin in. Oh, that's what I do that's what happens when I just let the assistant, because I'm chatting with you lot. It's your fault. I won't take the blame for that. Yeah, we've got no Ricky Martin today. Never mind. But yeah, so when stuff like that happens, it is massive. It makes such a huge difference. And it's so much more fun. It's a completely different experience to making YouTube videos. Making YouTube videos, it's great fun, but it is very much locked away in my garage. A lot of fiddling around, editing, and more of that happens away from the camera than on camera. And this is the bit that I love the most. So this whole interaction thing is great fun. Do we got Posh save at some point in FM18? Maybe. Never say never. What KevLogic did I use? I guess I did use some KevLogic. KevLogic is always good. Lee Tomlin is very good. Yeah, he is a very good championship player. A lot of money's sponsored. Yeah, I guess. I mean, it'd be nice. I'm not going to be averse. I'm not going to be fussy about where my income comes from. It just needs to come from somewhere. So, yeah, if it comes from here, then I'll spend more time on here than I do currently. That's the one downside, I think, to it being a full-time job now. there's going to come a time, and it hasn't reached that point yet, luckily, but there'll be a time eventually where I have to make decisions based on finances rather than just on what's most fun. So right now, I can make my videos and do a bit of writing and do a bit of streaming. We're going to lose this game against Southend, and I can do a bit of all of it, and it's all fun. But if it got to the point where, I don't know, books were making 10 times the money of anything else, then we have to get into the hard-nosed reality of it, and I'd have to spend a little bit more time on that than other stuff, and likewise streaming or YouTube. So I'm monitoring all of that, and we'll be making decisions accordingly. This is the problem with not having Ricky Martin in the team, by the way. We're going to lose a football match. What's my second favourite football team? I don't have one. My dad's an Arsenal fan, so I've had Arsenal shirts in my life. I've been to Arsenal games. I wouldn't consider myself an Arsenal fan. I kind of made the decision about Blackmore's in midfield. Did we really just let the assistant pick this team and not change anything? Was nobody telling me not to do that? But yeah, I made the decision 10 years ago or so, maybe, that I was done with the Premier League. It was getting silly. It was all about money and not about football and fun anymore. People were being priced out of it, and I just made the conscious decision to not care anymore. I cancelled my Sky Sports subscription. I stopped following Arsenal results, and I just cut myself off completely from the Premier League. I stopped being a football fan and just became a posh fan, and it stayed that way for a long time, probably realistically until I started YouTube and I started watching a little bit of other football again and had to learn stuff about football for the Football Manager stuff that I was doing. But you can tell from watching my saves that I don't know a lot about football outside of League One, because I deliberately stopped watching it because it just annoyed me that it wasn't the game that I loved when I was a kid. So I chose to stick with the bits that I loved and abandoned the bits that I felt had let me down. Loki brought up the almighty legend that is Mr. Kevin Thompson. Oh, Kevin Thompson. Bless his cotton socks. Of course, he's 2,500 posh fans now know who he is after the other night. Or they were just confused at the fact that the idiot on the microphone was mentioning him. Yeah, that goal for Southend was good. Yeah, Premier League now is great, isn't it? How's it crack-a-lacking? It's crack-a-lacking good. Don't use the team save thing that I have first team and reserve team. No, I've never really experimented with that. I bet you care about I will care about the Premier League again if Posh make it there, and I will be all for us spending loads of money and spoiling the fun for everybody else. I'll be 2-2 now. Ha ha ha. Do you think Posh are going up this season? I don't know. We certainly didn't show anything the other night to suggest we were any good. It's a shadow of the Posh teams that we had under Fergie a few years ago when we were good. When we had the likes of Tomlin and George Boyd and Mikhail Smith and players like that in our team, we were a properly good team. Now, we're all right. I don't know. Who came down this year? I don't think we'll go up. I think mid-table will be fine for us, and I think we're probably just going to become a mid-table League One feeder team for bigger clubs. We identify the young talent, we sell them on. It seems to be our thing that we do. Kev, yeah, I was going to say I could drop back into following Arsenal right now, and I don't think anything would have changed. Some of the names will be different. Presumably Theo Walcott's still there and has still got bags of potential, and not a lot else is happening, I imagine. If you were to win the lottery, would you consider buying Posh? Me and Anna have had this discussion. I said I'd love to. She said if I do that, she would kill me. So, no. I don't think I'd do a better job than Darren McAntony does. I think he's the best chairman in the league. I love the way he's so open and willing to chat with people on Twitter. It's brilliant. I think he's a hero. I don't know how good Bury are, so I don't know if that's mad or not. Yeah, that Posh team was brilliant. It was the best team I've ever seen. See, Rotherham, Wigan and Blackburn, we're not going up this year with teams like that in our league. Right, how we do? I think we're probably not going to play this. In fact, we might just play the Norwich game and then call it a night, because I want to see how this cup run develops. So we'll call Norwich our last game of the night. Viking Dan hosting the stream. Thank you very much, Viking Dan. I imagine he's not there watching, but thank you, Viking Dan. That's very good of you. 62 viewers, eh? There you go. Welcome to Kevland, Viking Dan viewers. There he is, look. Say hello to Viking Dan, everybody. And thank you very much for hosting me, sir. That's very kind of you. How did I find seeing you? It was fine, because where I was sitting, the goal, his shirt was facing me. He was a 16-year-old kid, though. Definitely had to look him up. Why is Kyle asking about Lollujo bot? What's happening? Blackburn have there's no way we're getting promoted in a division that has those kind of teams in it. We just don't have a chance. Oh, of course, Robotic Kev thanked Viking Dan. Goodness me, Robotic Kev, is that all you can do now? You've been missing for 3 streams and you just show up to thank Dan. I think he's sucking up to him. He wants to go and hang out with a proper streamer. He's fallen out with me. He wants to go and be Robotic Dan. Right. Let's get in. These press conferences are getting tiresome. I'm trying to read them and read what you lot are saying at the same time, and I'm really not that interested in what the press conferences say. So we're probably going to mess things up by getting press conferences wrong. But this is going to be our final game of the night against Norwich. If we can have another crazy 8-5 like we had against Huddersfield to start the evening off, we'll bookend the stream with EFL Cup crazy results. That would be pretty much spot on. So let's hope there's a question though. Do we do a rotated team like we did against Huddersfield, or do we just go for it? Did we do a rotated team against Huddersfield? I think we rotated a little bit, didn't we? I don't even remember now. If only there was a way for me to go on the schedule and look it up. Whoa! What just happened? I lost the thing. I just moved my whole game window across the screen. Hold on, I think it's back. If my mouse doesn't look like it's calibrated properly now, it's because it's not calibrated properly anymore. Right, where were we? Huddersfield. What team did we play? No, that's a full-strength team, isn't it? So we will do a full-strength team again, but we won't have Blackmore in midfield. You never know. I love the playoffs. Playoffs are great. We've got a chance. It depends how good some of these new players are. We've signed an entire new strike force over the summer, so they could end up being brilliant. They could be, Ricky Miller, for example, could end up being the new Craig McHale-Smith. He could get 30 goals for us this year and fire us to promotion. Or he could end up being rubbish like some of the other players we've brought through the conference. But our track record for buying conference top scorers is pretty good. When you look at McHale-Smith, Aaron McLean, Dwight Gale, we do all right with picking a conference top scorer. So you never know, he might turn out to be good. Right, we're not having Lenihan in midfield. We're going to put Ricky Martin in there. Why can't I use the buttons properly? Right, Ricky Martin goes into midfield. Lenihan probably needs to go onto the bench though. Just there. Where's Blackmore? The hero of the last game has to be in the team. So we'll drop Salvador out of the team, down to the bench. And I think that is going to be our team to take on Norwich. Our final team of the evening. Let's have another ridiculous... We're actually the favourites against a championship team. It's a different sort of challenge for us today. We have to be focused on playing our game and being clinical. Are they actually saying we're that much better than Norwich? That our challenge is concentrating? Wowzers. Right. Let's win this game then if we're that good and they're that bad. Yeah, but Norwich are in the Championship. It may only be Norwich, but it's Championship Norwich against League One Deeping Rangers. So they should thump us. The Huddersfield result should have been a fluke. They should have scouted us. They should know what we did to Huddersfield and know that they need to be on their game. 4-3 Norwich. If it ends up 4-3 Norwich, then fair play to them. Not had any goals yet. There we go. We're 1-0 up. Here we go. This could be the 6-6 that we got so close to early in the evening. If we can do a 6-6 now, I think we all leave happy. And them lot we only watch on YouTube, oh, they'll be sad. Yeah, this is how you advertise a stream. You make sure you do your high-scoring games on the stream, so the YouTube lot have to come over here and hang out with us, have a little chat with old Kev. I don't know how likely a 6-6 is when it's only 1-0 at half-time. Something spectacular has to go right and wrong for it to end up 6-6 from where it is right now. But we've got Geordie Shaw and Blackmore in the team, so, we could score 6. I'm losing my voice. I've been talking solidly for 2 hours, having recorded about 6 videos today. I haven't ever talked this much in one day. What do you think of Michael Smith? Michael Smith's a good right back, a really solid League One right back. I don't know how that means he fits into a Scottish Premiership, but he was one of the better right backs in League One over the last couple of years. Thank you for the epic voice crack comment. So much talking today. Oh, little Kev's still there. He might have to take over in a minute. I do feel like I might be about to lose my voice. Perhaps this was one game too many. I said to myself I was going to do a 2-hour stream. We're up to 2 hours, 5 minutes, and this is what's going to break my voice. Good job. I get a few days of resting my voice now in sunny Hull. Just coat my vocal cords in chip spice. That's what it was called, wasn't it? Do I have to ask for the chip spice, or do they just put it on the chips automatically? Because I think someone on YouTube said that they just automatically put the chip spice on if you go to a chip shop, which, again, that sounds brilliant. If you've got a local delicacy, force it on people. That's how the world should be. Yeah, there's 1-0 results in Posh win the league, or 3-3. Second one. Yeah, always the second one. 1-0 is boring. I'd much rather have an exciting team. There was a period a few years ago. It was probably that same Posh team that I was talking about before, the really great Posh team that we had, where I actually ran the numbers and placed this bet a couple of times. There was one of the online bookies, I forget which one it was, were giving like somewhere between 20-1 and 25-1 every game for Posh matches to contain 5 or more goals. And I worked it out. I tracked it over the course of the season. I only put the bet on a couple of times, but I tracked it over the course of the season. And if I'd have put a tenner on 5 or more goals every game, I'd have been thousands of pounds up over the course of that season. I guess if there was some idiot who was putting the bet on every game, they would have soon changed the odds, because I imagine no one was placing that bet. But every game was 5 or more goals. It was crazy. Right, where are you? Have to ask for it. Oh, I don't want to have to ask for it. I want them to just force it on me. Are you going to have normal? Yeah, there'll be normal uploads. So tomorrow we've got Expedition of Gold, Atletico episode 2, and we've got another Total Extreme Wrestling video. Then we've got 2 more Atletico episodes for over the weekend, so 1 each on Saturday and Sunday. Then Monday we'll have the next episode in this series, which, because I'm an idiot, I'm going to record straight away now so that it's ready to go on Monday as the teaser to get people into the stream Monday night. And then there'll be a FIFA video Monday as well, which is already recorded and ready to go. So, that's what I mean. I'm all planned up and planned in advance. This is good stuff. C doesn't make me tired. It invigorates me. Blackpool was brilliant 2 weeks ago. Britta Sombalonga is worth every penny of 15 million quid. He's an incredible talent. We bought him for 1.5 million when we were in League One. That's how good Britta Sombalonga is, and we didn't flinch. What are we talking about? Oh, we're talking about that Posh team still. That Posh team is very good. Vlog channel should be the same. Just normal 7 a.m. uploads every day. Assuming I can get Wi-Fi in the hotel. I don't see I won't be able to. And even if I haven't, as long as I can get 4G, I've got like 30 gigs worth of data left on my phone this month, so I'll upload it somehow. Yes, it is just about to finish. Schedule for streaming. The next stream is, in fact, I've got it planned out for the next week. I just haven't got it written down anywhere. If I look in my calendar, the next stream after today is definitely going to be 9 o'clock on Monday. And then we are going to do a stream. So we've got Monday, Thursday, Sunday next week is what we're planning on. So a couple of days off over the weekend, and then streaming 9 p.m. Monday, 9 p.m. Thursday again, and then 9 p.m. next Sunday. So that's the streaming plan. Videos on the YouTube channels are going to continue as normal. But as soon as I turn this microphone off today, I get to not talk into it again for 3 days. And that's something I haven't done for months. So we're going to close the stream out there. I don't think the camera's working on my bit I normally put on at the end. No, see, no camera. So we'll go back to this view so I can say goodbye. Little Kev, do you have anything to say? No, you're just going to... You want your title back? Well, I suppose we've had another episode of SmackDown since then. So you probably are due to get your title back again because, you know, we've got to keep rotating this thing around. What is it? You're an 8-time champion now. Well, that's something to brag about, even if it did all happen in a month. Oh, and he's lost it again. True to life. Excellent. Wi-Fi in the Hull area isn't that good. Yeah, because they don't have BT, do they? But presumably I can get 4G, I hope. I wouldn't say Assombalonga is very injury prone. He had one bad injury. But anyway, I need to depart. I'm going to find some music to put on for 5 minutes so you can have an I'm a Nut disco going on. But other than that, I need to go and get on with some editing and recording this next episode in this series. So thank you very, very much for those of you who have joined me in the stream this evening. You are wonderful people, as ever. And I'm going to stick I'm a Nut on and leave you all to it. Toodle pip.
Small and round, lying on the cold, cold ground. Everyone walks over me. That is why I'm cracked, you see. I'm a nut, I'm a nut, I'm a nut, I'm a nut. Called myself on the telephone just to hear my golden tone. Asked me out for a little date. Pick me up at 8:30. I'm a nut. I'm a nut, I'm a nut, I'm a nut. Took myself to the movie show, stayed too late and said let's go. Took my hand and led me out, drove me home and gave a shout.